What's up, everybody? It's Deshaun.
This is Alan.
This is Inside the Square, the wrestling podcast, coming at you almost every other week from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. A lot to unpack. SummerSlam recap. And I didn't expect for that to run. Insane. Night of changes.
Like, I rate SummerSlam a 9.9. Very good.
Let's start from the top. Logan Paul goes down to LA Knight. MGK with the assist. What do you think about this match, Alan?
It was actually hyper competitive before the match began.
How so?
Well, like, Logan Paul got the first cheap shot, then LA Knight got the second cheap shot, and like Logan Paul almost went through a table.
It went kind of hard. It was Logan Paul. I'm not a fan of him, but let me be clear.
He shows you how much he can wrestle.
Yeah, let me be very clear. He's very talented in the ring. Even though I'm not a fan of him, I do appreciate the matches he puts on.
Yeah, I think it was one of his best matches.
I think his best match was that match with
Kevin Owens.
With Kevin Owens. That was one of the craziest matches I've seen in a long time. But Logan Paul goes down. We got a new United States champion, and it is L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you. Maryland's own LA Knight, because he is from Hagerstown, which is a little bit north of us. But congratulations, man. He's been pushing it. First time he's had a belt on the main roster.
Finally,
he was one of those champs in waiting
after getting screwed over by the Bloodline.
I've always liked LA Knight. I think he's a special wrestler. I don't understand why it took him so long to. For them to bring him to WWE, because it's Eli Drake. He's been wrestling around forever.
For a long time.
Dude has had a very good career, man.
Awesome
career. So I think it's a good sign that he's on the roster. He has some gold, some championship gold now.
Thank you, Triple H. Thank you.
So we're going to see where this goes.
I think he's going to do a lot of open challenges.
I think he's going to wrestle every week. He's very consistent.
Very consistent. Like, he doesn't get a lot of credit.
I agree. And he's a really technical wrestler, too. He's really good.
Logan Paul put over LA Knight.
I don't know if that's the right terminology I would use. I think...
But LA Knight put over Logan Paul because he had to sell some moves for him.
Yeah, and LA Knight's a bigger wrestler than him, too.
Yeah.
Bigger wrestler, more experience.
More mass.
He has more matches under his belt than probably most of the roster.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
I agree.
Really talented.
Like Logan Paul, he needs his flowers. I think he performed really good.
Oh my God. Okay, man. Let's get off of this, because it sounds like you're doing some bootlicking right now.
No.
Sami Zayn, he drops the belt to Braun Breaker. What do you think about that one?
Smart move.
I think that was very smart.
I think Sami Zayn put over Braun Breaker because he's young talent.
I don't know, man. People starting to call Sami Zayn
Sammy Hogan.
I
told you this yesterday.
Yeah, that's kind of wild to me.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey, this dude don't want to put over young talent. But I think this is a smart move.
Yeah, it was.
I think Breaker is the future of the company. People like Breaker, Gunther, they're the future of the company.
Yeah.
People like Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Mommy, Tiffany Stratton, they're the future of the company.
I have to agree.
They're the future. And I think you have to start building your future now.
I think Sami Zayn dropping the Intercontinental Championship was a smart idea. His fourth reign was actually really good.
I think this frees Zayn up to join in the Bloodline Civil War.
That makes more sense.
I started reading things on WrestleZone, WrestleZone, a couple other places, and Wrestle Talk.
How did you like Sami Zayn's run?
He wrestled almost every week.
Yeah.
Had really good pay-per-views, put on some really good matches. The match where he won the belt from Gunther was really brutal.
Awesome.
Hard-hitting. And I like hard-hitting matches for some reason.
Yeah, I rate Sami Zayn's reign a 9. He wrestled everybody.
Yeah, he could either out-wrestle you or he beat the hell out of you. And I like people who have both of those kind of aesthetics in their wrestling repertoire. And I really like his run. This run was really good.
I think it was better than the last one.
Sammy Uso. I can't wait. I can't wait to see him back with the Bloodline, man.
Yeah,
or with the Usos.
It's foreshadowing.
It's very good foreshadowing, though.
Or Zilla joined them.
I don't know, man. I keep seeing.
I see it because
I keep seeing that Zilla is still with was it HOG?
Yeah.
And he just won
Independent Wrestling Company.
Yeah, he just won their heavyweight championship last week or so.
If he relinquished it.
I don't think he's going to relinquish
Yeah,
that,
he
man.
is. He's going to join the original Bloodline.
Well,
I see it.
If he won that belt, that means he's still on the contract.
Yeah.
He'd have to drop that belt and go do other stuff. So I don't see that and he'd have to go to the Performance Center immediately. Kind of like Jacob did.
Yeah.
I just don't know, man. I don't think he's as far along as Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu's a monster.
That dude can wrestle, man. He is special.
Bruh.
Let's say it out loud.
Like, he destroyed DIY.
He's special. They're the tag team champions now, the Bloodline.
Like, shout out to Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa making us laugh.
I like DIY, man.
So good. They're
underutilized,
in my opinion.
I really believe that those title belts, those tag team title belts, were like a career milestone achievement for them.
Yeah, like 8 years ago when they won them.
Because the thing is, they didn't really have independent success, as individual wrestlers.
Yeah,
on the main roster.
Like, bring them together as a tag team. It just works.
It works. It works.
Meet in the middle.
Yeah, because they're funny. They're really good with the crowd.
You remember Tommaso Ciampa tried to RKO Randy Orton?
That's hilarious.
Times. So funny.
It's so all over the internet too. It's so funny. I love to see them. I hope they don't send them back to NXT.
They'll be too over.
I think some people, and I say some people, some fans have a problem with like translating them from NXT to the main roster. They always see them as NXT guys, and I think that's unfair to them.
Yeah, it is unfair to them
because those guys put on really good matches and they're really fun to watch.
Very good.
They're very good.
They're better as singles competitors, in my opinion.
I agree with you. I agree with you, too, because I had a chance to watch some of Johnny Gargano's independent matches.
And Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, I've seen more Johnny Gargano matches than Tommaso Ciampa. But Gargano is special, man. He's like a generational talent.
Very good.
And I don't understand how he's never really gotten a big push on the main roster. But, we've talked about that in other episodes.
I think that was last year.
Yeah, and I've never understood how he never got a big push.
Yeah,
because the dude he's like a Bryan Danielson. He's very talented.
Like the Yes Movement?
Kind of, sort of. He's a very technical wrestler. He can do a lot of different moves. He can submit you. He can do it all. In baseball, he's what you would call a 5'2" player.
I think it's just like a height issue. That's it.
I think it's a size issue too.
Yeah,
and that's a shame.
But DIY put on a really good match with the Bloodline. Shout out to Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga for
those
doing
dudes.
it.
Those dudes are killing it right
Bruh.
now. They're killing it. Bailey drops the belt to Nia Jax.
Unexpected.
Tiffy did not cash in. What do you think about this?
Because, like, Nia Jax's mom was there. It's like, if she cashed in, people would be mad.
I think it's a good move from Triple H. I think it gives Nia Jax an opportunity to hold the belt for a while and just,
very good,
and extend her legacy because she didn't get done right in her first run in WWE.
Nah, her second run is way better.
I like this, and I like that, even online, her and Tiffy are friends. I say Tiffy, I mean Tiffany Stratton. Yeah. I think that's really fun to watch because, like, when she was tag team partners with Shayna Baszler,
it worked.
It worked. I don't know why, because it's like, Nia Jax is funny.
Like when they beat the crap out of Bailey.
Yeah. Nia Jax is funny, and Shayna Baszler's not funny. She's very serious when she does stuff.
Yeah.
Very straight edge, very... I'm gonna break your hand, your arm, whatever. She still has that MMA fighter aura.
But R-Truth made her break character once.
R-Truth makes everyone break character. But when do you think Tiffy's gonna pursue that belt?
Maybe next year.
I think she's going to win Liv Morgan's belt.
I don't know.
I think she's gonna win that belt.
It's gonna be too much interference by Judgment Day.
Judgment Day it kind of dissolves, man.
A little bit.
And we're going to get to that. Right now, we're going to go straight to it. Then Gunther defeats Damian Priest.
He was about to beat him clean.
What do you think about that match? Give me your honest opinion.
Awesome.
I think
Gunther, he wrestled his butt off, in my opinion.
I agree. The dude, Gunther doesn't put on bad matches.
No,
unless
never.
Unless it's a squash match. The dude does not put on bad matches.
He put on a really good banger with Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, even other people.
He's put on bangers with Dragunov. He's put on bangers with Breaker. He's put on bangers with some of everybody.
Yeah.
The dude is he's very proficient in the ring.
Never put on a bad match.
He don't put on bad matches.
Nope.
So I'll preface this by saying that he and Damian Priest put on a really good match.
Really
I
good.
really hate that. It was some interference.
I knew it was gonna happen.
I hated it was interference, but
But Finn
you could see it
Balor
coming.
screwed over Damian Priest.
You could see it coming.
I
man.
saw it coming. The same thing happened to Rhea Ripley.
Yes, it did, and it really,
Like a wrench in the heart.
but with Priest, I really liked him. He's a guy. Let me preface this by saying this: I never thought he'd be a world champion in WWE.
Awesome.
And what the hell do I know? This man been wrestling 20 years, different companies, going from small companies to small companies, and then NXT and now the main roster. He was world heavyweight champion for a while.
Yeah.
So what the hell do I know? That dude is like the American dream personified.
Yeah.
Worked his way up.
Shout out to Gunther for amazing performance.
Well, yeah, shout out to Gunther. But I think we need to recognize Damian Priest now.
Yeah.
That guy is he's main event guy.
He
now.
is 100%. I want to see him go against Cody.
I would like to see that as well. As a matter of fact, I think it'd be interesting. I wonder if they've ever wrestled him as Punishment Martinez or one of his other iterations.
It could have been Ring of Honor.
You might be right. I mean, we'd have to dig through the archives up on YouTube, but it's a good question. Does anybody know if they've wrestled before? If they do, hit us up on the socials.
I think Dijakovic wrestled Cody Rhodes.
Dijakovic's wrestled some of everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Dijak is gone from the company now.
Yeah, let's get back on topic.
Yeah, let's get back on topic. Liv Morgan, she retains against Mommy. What do you think of that?
I knew this was coming. Like, Dominic Mysterio screwing over Rhea Ripley. I saw it coming.
I did not see it coming like this. I saw it coming, but I don't know. Maybe I had higher hopes for Dom. But the dude is...
I felt bad for Dom, man.
He's really good, man.
He's always a punching bag.
Yeah, but people don't realize how much he moves the story.
He moves the needle.
He moves the stories, too. Like the stories with the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan, Mommy, Rhea Ripley. He moves those stories. And he's fun. And even like when he's feuding with his dad.
He needs a singles push.
The dude is really good,
He needs a singles push.
He's the real MVP.
Yeah, he is.
He's a real MVP. I really like him. I was kind of surprised that the match went in that direction. But he's funny, man. He's so
good.
So good.
Very good.
So good. He's very good. I really like him. Cody, the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes. He retains against Solo.
Really good match.
Roman Reigns returns. What do you think, Big Daddy?
I thought Roman Reigns was going to aim for Cody.
I knew, because once he came out with that OTC shirt, I'm like,
that means original
tribal chief. I'm
yeah.
like, okay, he's gonna kill Solo Sikoa,
not Cody.
And I think that Jacob is going to turn on Solo.
I see that. I see it coming.
The Usos are going to side with Roman, and it's going to be a bloodline civil war.
Maybe at War Games, maybe Survivor Series.
Yeah. And I think once they get Hakalua, the other brother from New Japan Pro, to join
Solo's group,
yeah,
it would be awesome.
They're gonna bring back, I think, like we pointed out earlier, Sammy Uso.
Yeah,
Sami Zayn. Sammy is a crowd favorite.
Awesome.
I originally did not like Sami Zayn years ago, but I see the logic and the ridiculousness behind some of the stuff he does.
He's funny.
He's funny, and he can wrestle, man.
He wrestles every week.
Yeah, he's very durable.
They just didn't give him a lot of credit.
Put him in there with a heavyweight, he does well. Put him in there with a lightweight, he does well.
Yeah.
The dude is very versatile.
He put on really good matches with Kevin Owens.
I don't think he deserved that Sammy Hogan thing.
Yeah, he don't deserve it.
I don't think he deserved that.
No.
Because Sammy's, well, like I said, we don't know the locker room culture, but it seems like he's a good locker room guy.
He is.
Like, if you tell him, hey, you need to go put this guy over, he'll go do it.
He's gonna do it. Yeah.
because he's had some good matches with Breaker.
Awesome.
But he's also had some terrible stuff happen to him with Breaker, because Breaker, he's 1,000 miles an hour running in through people, running over people.
Like when he speared him twice out of nowhere.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool too. I saw it on a different cast. They had Scott Steiner and Breaker's dad there, the Steiner brothers rather.
Yeah.
And it was very surreal, man, because
to see your amazing moment.
I watched the Steiner brothers when I was little. Yeah. I know you didn't, because we big different. I'm almost 50. My son Alan, he's 22. So we got different perspective in wrestling. I saw the Steiner brothers wrestle in WWE a long time ago when Scott had Big Pop, before he was Big Papa Pump. He had long hair. Him and Rick could go. Well, I had never seen tag team as athletic as them. Physicality, they wouldn't like Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, but they were different, man. Like you could see Rick and Scott. They do Frankensteiners. They do all kind of the Steiner recliner, the Steiner liner, all kind of stuff.
Like Braun Breaker reminds me of them.
He reminds me of them.
Yeah,
because his dad could wrestle, man. Rick and Scott were special, but to see them, older, aged with gray hair, it hit me a little bit. I was like, man, I'm old too now. Shit,
Yeah,
it hit me. I was like, I am older, and these are guys I grew up watching, and now they're in their 60s, and it just, I don't know, man. It really hit me all of a sudden. Like, I'm getting old. I'm watching these guys' sons wrestle. But it's a very self-affirming thing, like seeing it and saying, I've watched the history of wrestling, and you can't tell the history of wrestling without the Steiner brothers.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Big Papa Pump. That dude was, in his prime, he was must-see TV.
He was.
I mean, he had a lot of injuries once he did that transition over from WCW to WWE, and then he had like a lot of, reportedly had some issues with Triple H. So it's kind of odd to see them, in their later stages of their career, and after a certain point, Rick just stopped wrestling.
He did.
But to see, Scott's career and how it progressed, the dude was, individually they had great careers. Together they were a great tag team, probably one of the best tag teams we'd ever seen.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Steiners, shout out to Braun Breaker for capturing that for the family and for the squad.
He's going to have a long title run.
Yeah. But getting back to Cody Rhodes, man, I really don't know how much longer Cody's going to keep that belt. If Roman comes back, it's going to be, especially once they go to Netflix.
Yeah. I think Roman Reigns is going to go after Gunther's belt.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think because Brock has kind of been rumored to go after Gunther's belt.
Yeah.
I think that'd be interesting.
Roman's going to go after Cody's belt after he's done smashing and
stacking and pinning
Solo Sikoa.
Yeah. So I don't know. But like I said, it's going to be a very interesting Monday Night Raw.
Like, Cody Rhodes got lucky this time.
Yeah. CM Punk drops his first singles match to Drew McIntyre. What do you think about that? I thought it was
a smart idea.
I think it was, too.
He put over Drew, so that's good. And Seth Rollins with his shenanigans, so good.
I think Seth called it down the middle. I think he don't like either one of them, and I think they had to play it up to that point. And then him having the CM Punk's daughter, his little bracelet. I think that was a good touch.
I thought that was messed up.
I think it was funny. I was like, this moves the story, moves the needle a little bit.
But it's just like, Drew's been knowing Seth Rollins for a long time.
Yes. I mean, they've been knowing all each other. I mean, Drew McIntyre, before he got fired from the company, and the dude was one of their top stars.
Yeah, actually was. Yeah.
People thought he was going to be next WWE Heavyweight Champion.
Like,
it just never panned out.
When he came back in 2017, he got a lot better about it.
I always liked that dude, man. I always thought he could wrestle. I don't know why people hated on him. They keep saying he was Vince's boy
like,
and stuff like
was
that.
it just the gimmick or something?
I think a lot of it had to do with his gimmick.
Like, when he came back as the Scottish psychopath, it worked. It finally worked.
Because the dude is a really good heel, but he's a better face. When he's a face,
I like him as a heel better. In my opinion,
I like him as he face.
Yeah.
I like him as a face because he kind of he had the Captain America thing going like during the pandemic when he first won the belt, and then he had to defend
from
it.
Brock.
Yeah, and then he had to defend it immediately against the Giant, against Big Show.
Yeah,
and he beat the Big Show's ass. I was like,
he actually did.
I was like, damn, this dude is incredible. And this is the same night. If you have never seen it, go back and look at YouTube because it was during the pandemic.
It was
during the pandemic. I remember watching it downstairs with my son, with Alan, and it was like kind of odd.
It was
eye-popping.
weird.
It was weird because I'm like, this dude just beat Brock Lesnar
without a crowd.
And he just beat the Big Show. Picked him up.
Yeah,
picked him up.
He is strong.
He is strong.
Yeah,
I was really stunned from watching that match, but decent match. Shout out to freaking CM Punk. The dude looked phenomenal.
He did. He looks a lot better.
He looked like he was in shape, and I was just like, CM Punk. At this stage in his career,
I think it was match of the night in my opinion.
Yeah, it had kind of everything. It was kind of crazy too.
Yeah, Drew kind of cheated to win that match.
Of course he did. He's a heel. Big, not necessarily big news. But, Roman Reigns, WWE, their shop had a replica belt for Roman Reigns. And guess what? It sold out in an hour.
Very quickly.
According to WrestleZone and Wrestle Talk, this dude they had 1,600 belts, 1,600 some odd belts. All of them sold out in under an hour.
I think Cody Rhodes' title might be in jeopardy sooner
I think
later.
That's a very big indicator of how popular Roman Reigns was.
Yeah.
And I always said this. I said this last year. I said it this year. Everybody was so in a hurry to get rid of him. They need to go ahead and get Cody the belt. They need to do this. They need to do that. And at the same time, guess what? You missed that dude.
Yeah.
You missed the bad guy. You missed the dude that ran the place.
It's kind of foreshadowing The Rock could come back. It's foreshadowing.
But like I said, be careful what you wish for. Because when you get it, it might not be what you want.
Yeah.
That guy showed up and the crowd. I follow this one lady.
The crowd went nuts.
I follow this one lady. She does a really good podcast. Mini Portable. She's on Instagram. She's a really good wrestling analyst person. Her podcast because she has some really good takes on things that she sees throughout all the companies, and it's really fun to see her as well. But when Roman came back, she was she was on. Now I'm going to say a live, but she was filming herself, and the crowd went completely bonkers.
Yeah.
So, whew.
Solo and Cody are in trouble.
They're in trouble. Also, shout out to Mini Portable for having a great IG site. For those who don't know, we've said it on a couple of different podcasts. We are going to Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Alan and I up in Baltimore. How do you think it will be?
Incredible.
All these changes, just by every title has changed hands.
Except for Cody's belt.
But we're going to get a chance, we up close and personal. We're going to share pictures and our stories and stuff from the event. I can't wait, guys. Until next time, I'll see you down the road.
Bye.
Take it easy.